Hello and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Rob. I am your host, Rob. Today we're going to be making a new favorite of mine. It's one of my go-tos when I don't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen, want to make something up pretty quick, but it's still nutritious, delicious, and plant-based. It's a spicy red lentil curry. Let's take a look at the ingredients and then we'll get right into it. First thing, you're gonna need some brown rice to serve the curry on. I'm using a short grain Calrose brown rice. Then we're gonna need some red lentils, a little bit of maple syrup, some turmeric, about a cup, between a half cup and a cup's worth of diced carrots, 3 cloves of garlic, a teaspoon of minced ginger. We're gonna need some red curry paste for this. So this can be a little tricky to find, usually located in the international aisle of your supermarket, maybe with other Thai ingredients. We're gonna need a little bit of coconut milk, not a full can, a whole can of tomato paste, a little bit of vegetable broth, and some olive oil to cook with. Now for our toppings at the end, I've got pickled red onion here that Heather made this morning. We're not going to show you how to make the pickled red onions, but I am going to include a link to the recipe in the description of the video below. I've also got some cilantro because I want a little pop of green on top, but that cilantro tastes just as a garnish. All right, let's get started. I almost forgot the super secret star of the recipe. You're gonna need a little bit of maple syrup. Okay, first thing to get started on is the rice. I cook the rice with a little bit of oil first, just to get a little aroma going. And right now for this recipe, I found the best amount of dry rice is 1.5 cups dry rice, which I use about 2.5 cups of water to cook. I'm gonna let rice cook with the oil a little bit on medium heat. Then add the water, bring to a boil, reduce to simmer for 35 minutes. Okay, now that we've got started on the rice, we can get started on the curry. The first thing you want to do is dice your carrot. You want to dice it nice and small. We will be cooking the carrot with the garlic and the ginger. Okay, once you got that carrot cut up real nice and small, let's mince the 3 cloves of garlic. All right, I got the carrot and garlic all diced or minced. Now I'm just gonna work on mincing about a teaspoon worth of fresh ginger. Well, I've heated up a couple tablespoons of oil in this pan. Now I'm gonna add my carrots, garlic, and ginger. Now the recipe originally said to just cook this for 2 minutes, but I like the carrots to be pretty soft in the curry. I don't like crunchy carrots. So I'm gonna cook it for longer, probably like 7 to 10 minutes, so that those carrots have a chance to get a little softer. While the carrots are softening, I've rinsed my lentils back here, so just to get that ready and out of the way. That's the 2/3 cup dried lentils, just give them a rinse. I've also prepared the next ingredient that's going to be added. That's 3 tablespoons of the red curry paste. And next, I think I'm going to prepare my vegetable broth. So bring 2 cups water to a boil, because we're going to need 2 cups veggie broth. I'll get that going now. Okay, those carrots are getting pretty soft, so I'm gonna add in my 3 tablespoons of the curry paste next. And I'm just gonna stir to combine with the carrots, ginger, and garlic. I'm gonna let that cook for about a minute, and then we'll get some more ingredients added. Next, we're gonna be adding the veggie broth, the water, and the tomato paste. Combine that. And then a few more things go in. The turmeric, the maple syrup, something else. The lentils. Okay, so after sauteing the carrots, ginger, and garlic in the red curry paste for about 2 minutes, I've added the entire can of tomato paste now, as well as 2 cups of veggie broth, and there was a cup of water also in there. We're just gonna mix this to combine, and then as soon as it's combined, we're gonna add the lentils, the maple syrup, and the turmeric. Okay, so now I've added the half teaspoon of turmeric. I put in 2 tablespoons, it's 1 to 2 tablespoons. I put in 2 tablespoons maple syrup, and this is my 2/3 cup of red lentils. I'm gonna stir that, mix it up, combine it up. Then I'm going to bring to a boil at medium-high heat, so I don't want to crank it up too high, but I do want to bring it to a nice simmer or gentle boil. And then I'm going to reduce the heat and simmer for 20 minutes. Okay, it's been simmering for a few minutes. It's looking good. At this point, I like to add, and it's suggested to add, 1/3 cup of that coconut milk. So I just took 1/3 of the cup out of the can. I'm gonna add that in. That just gives the curry like a really nice creaminess, and you can see the color change here. It's gonna get a little thicker, a little creamier, and I just love coconut milk, so I love any excuse to add it into a recipe, and it works really well here. I'm gonna continue to simmer that and stir often. All right, as you can see, we're almost ready to serve. My rice is done. Got it in my bowls there. I've got some cilantro ready. The timer went off for the lentils, but it's always good, or the curry, but it's always good to check with anything that's got lentils in it. Yeah, see, I think the lentils could use like maybe 3 to 5 more minutes. You want to make sure they're nice and soft. It's going to be much more enjoyable. 3 to 5 more minutes. All right, the lentils are done. It's ready to serve on our rice. Get a few good scoops there. A little bit of cilantro. And then I find these go really well with this. Some pickled onions. Nice, healthy amount. All right, well, there you have it. That came together pretty quick. A new recipe for you when you're short on time. Spicy red lentil curry. This has been another episode of Cooking with Rob. Until next time, stay fed.